It's day 3 at ISE 2024. Dave, when we came in this morning, we saw this huge transparent LED.
Yeah, I mean, I've written about the fact that they were putting that thing in there. I saw it earlier in the week and thought, okay, that looks pretty good. And from the inside of the lobby, it looked pretty good too. But it was interesting to come in that entry this morning and see advertising for some of the vendors, exhibitors in the space, and it looked really good. And if somebody's thinking about transparent LED, wondering, okay, this is kind of cool, but what's the business case? There it is. You know, you have a convention center that can remarket this over and over again for different shows, Mobile World Congress, Samsung's up there, or whoever. It makes a bunch of sense.
Absolutely, and it also looks great from the inside, right? Because it doesn't have the usual huge structure, because it's more or less a film, you know, which is very thin, and you can still look through it. I think that's quite nice.
Yeah, I mean, it's not invisible like they say, but
no, it's not though.
But it's pretty good. I was a little disappointed that the ISE is calling it holographic as well, but oh well.
You hate holographic, we know that.
I don't hate it, I've just never seen it.
Dave, we're standing here in front of Hall 6, where we have a lot of digital signage software vendors. So we wanted to talk a little bit with you about software. Where do you see software going, latest trends?
I was intrigued by your comments yesterday at your summit and talking about the benchmarking that you guys are doing, looking at different software platforms, and how, you know, the bad news, so to speak, is that they all are. It's good and bad news that they're all quite good, but they're all pretty much the same. So
they're not all quite good. They're all pretty much the same.
Okay,
that's the thing. That's a small difference.
Yeah, that's what I've always thought. And when I go to these software vendors and ask to see their stuff, just almost out of politeness, because I'm Canadian, they'll show me their stuff, and I go, "Oh, great," but I've been there, seen that. You know, I don't see a lot of differentiation between them, and if you're not differentiated these days, you've got a big challenge, and it's going to be more of a challenge because you have the big global brands now saying, we do software too.
Yeah. Do you see anything happening with AI already?
I've been looking. I did not see a lot. I was expecting to see more. I think there's lots of companies kind of talking it up a little bit, but the only tangible demo I saw was for Intuiface. And that's kind of back of house capabilities for streamlining coding. That, you know, doing their they were saying it takes 85-90% of the grunt work out of some of the coding for their interactive experiences, which is great. Yeah. But in terms of AI stuff that's visible on a display, I haven't seen that, but maybe it's out there.
It's also difficult to see, to be honest. You know, if they don't tell you. But I thought one of the more interesting things of the VXT launch yesterday was really how, and that they plan to integrate, you know, the new Samsung AI. Yeah. I think that could be a huge advantage for them, you know, while the rest is based on OpenAI and basically all using the same, you know, Samsung has access to their specific model. I could imagine, you know, that gives them an advantage.
Yeah, and they were talking up the use of smart things as well for commercial applications, which is kind of interesting. You know, I listened to Simon Jackson from Samsung talking yesterday, and I was looking around at some of the software people and talking to them after. And you know, when Samsung's talking about, you know, we want to work with our software partners and all that, I could just imagine the reaction that they were getting. And I actually spoke to some other people and some of the display guys, and said, so what's been the response? And they said, it's really interesting. There are company or end users who are coming and asking about using our displays instead of Samsung, because they're basically saying, I'm out. You know, they're not competing with us, so we're more interested in your displays.
We believe that the VXT launch is quite disruptive.
Probably,
It has a potential to be disruptive. Let's see, you know, what comes out of it. But has a potential and could be a game changer in both ways. You know, it could also mean, you know, that at least what Samsung wants is really, you know, to expand the market, you know, away from just, you know, digital signage SIs, also to IT SIs and all of them, because they have no clue. And they need something simple, you know, not for very complicated enterprise projects, but more for, you know, the long tail business.
Yeah, I certainly think for the SMB market, there's a real opportunity there, but you've got to service all those people, and that's not easy at all. service them, and you've got customer contacts with all those people. So if they're really going to do it, they're going to have to invest in a lot of customer support resources, and I don't think you'd be able to do that just with AI chatbots.
Yeah. The interesting thing that we also see, I mean, it's not only Samsung entering into this market, but basically all the hardware vendors are going this direction. LG, Philips, they are all moving into that space.
But more with remote device management, less with CMS software.
Not the full offering.
Yeah, I mean, Philips PPDS is taking great pains to say this is not a CMS. Its Wave is device management, is to help our software partners. So I think that's really important. What LG is doing, it's very early days, and the LG tends to historically copy or emulate maybe what Samsung does, and they're doing it once again with this business cloud thing. So it'll be interesting to get a more of a rundown on what that's all about.
Great. I think there's much more, much more to read at 69, obviously, at NVIDIS. And Dave, thanks for being our guest today. Thank you.
Thank you.